The art show has been in our community for 52 years. The Friends of the Library sponsor the art show, and the proceeds from the art show go to support the programming and the extras in the North Castle libraries, where we have two. It's Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5, rain or shine. We have approximately 185 artists that participate in our show, and we get about 25 to 30% new artists every year, so it's always fresh and exciting. When you buy your art, since several of the pieces can be quite large, we even will escort you to your car in a large art cart. We have large art transport. We also have a senior bus and a handicap parking lot.
I'm Patricia Alfonso, de Leon Alfonso, and I'm from Miami, Florida. And my work is encaustic painting, which is actually the oldest form of painting. In my work, I put my pigment into molten beeswax, and the mix also has a little bit of tree resin. And I use brushes to put the paint on the canvas, and then I fuse with a heat gun. So there's layers and layers of pigmented beeswax that are adhered. Basically, they adhere to each other with the use of a heat gun or a torch.
I'm Beverly Hayden. I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm delighted to be in Armonk this weekend. These are my wheels of chance, or wheels of fortune, as some people might know to call them. This particular one up at the top is just a fun way to get a party started. It's filled with cocktails.
My name is Namdi Okonkwo, and originally I was born in Nigeria, but I live in Georgia right now, right outside of Atlanta. And these are my bronze sculptures. I work in clay and then cast it in bronze. I like the idea of bronze because it's indestructible. This piece I call Damsel, and is as you can see, the sculpture of a woman sitting. I stylize my forms so that they will be more, so that they can express not what the eye readily sees, but what is within, what is inside. And that's kind of, all my pieces are portraits of different souls, that live within each and every one of us.
I'm Ira Schulman. I am serving my 15th year on the Byram Hills Board of Education, and my 6th term as board president. The art show is one of the real spectacular events that this town does. The Friends of the North Castle Library just do such a bang-up job getting this set up.
I'm Natalie Blake. I'm from Brattleboro, Vermont, and I make ceramic tile murals and thrown porcelain vessels. This piece was inspired by a trip to Hawaii. I was doing a commission for a different client for a piece near on the Big Island. So the colors there inspired me to do this piece.
I'm State Senator George Latimer, representing the 37th Senate District, which includes the town of North Castle and adjacent communities. I'm here like literally thousands of other people are, enjoying what has to be the best area art show, bar none. This also raises a valuable amount of money for the library, the Friends of North Castle Library. I've told in the vicinity of $100,000, which is tremendously important in the running of the library. And the amount of volunteers that it taps from the community is really legion. There are many organizations that have smaller versions of things like this, but this community has fully supported this event.
Every year coming to the Armonk Outdoor Art Show, I have a great time figuring out what I'm getting for presents for my friends and family. There are so many new artisans this year, so I was able to get some fabulous purses, and I've gotten myself a little necklace or a bracelet, and I'll help getting people some wall hangings. It's really a wonderful place to be.
Right, my name is Michael Chan. I'm a photographer. I'm from New York City, born in Malaysia. This is just right behind the temple. This is where I stay, right behind the temple. Stuff like that is northern part of Burma, and it's called Inle Lake. It's called Inle Lake. They're using one leg as a paddle. It's the only place in the planet they're using one leg as a paddle.
My name is Rochelle Weber. I'm from New York City, and my studio is in Lords Valley, Pennsylvania. I do acrylic paintings of New York City's subway stations. A lot of the work I do is on commission, and the people that commissioned this particular piece chose their 3 favorite Broadway shows.
I'm Michael Patterson, live in Roxbury, Connecticut. I try to represent lots of aspects of life. I think we're just so lucky. Life is so awesome. So I put people in my work. I'm very much into people. I think that's the reason for life. I mean, we are the most important thing that God has created. I'm always thinking of the shapes that happen, like these little triangles and there's connections here and these kinds of shapes. These are the things I'm thinking about when I'm making these paintings. Is the negative shapes are just as important as the positive shapes, like these shapes that pass between the figures. They're important.
I'm Charles Wildbank. I come from Long Island and the North Fork in the wine country. This is a triptych done in 3-panel and acrylic. It was done in the Cayman Islands.
My name is Andrew Silviani and I'm a photographer from Conway, Massachusetts. All my work starts out as black and white negatives. I make black and white prints in the darkroom and then they're altered chemically. This is Grand Central. This is a long exposure at 9:30 in the morning, so a 25-second exposure, and hundreds of people walked through there, but they weren't recorded because they moved too quickly or they never stood still. The only people that, if you look, that are sharp in the images, they're standing texting on their phones. Yeah.
My name is Linda Adato. I live in Brooklyn and I'm a printmaker. This image here is called Around the Empire. It's 2 plates printed on 1 piece of paper, and it's a view coming off the Manhattan Bridge, and you can see down here the Lower East Side with a view of the Empire State in the background. And it's an etching. I use zinc plates to etch, and it has a variety of processes: etching, soft ground, and aquatint.
My name is Edward Loading. I hail from Brandon, Vermont, and what we're looking at is something I call visual choreography. This is a new way of making artwork. This is using digital tools, and I call it visual choreography because it's a whole lot of steps to make a dance for your eyes. We titled this piece Lalehina. Lalehina is Persian for tulip song. Persia is where tulips originated before they were cultivated. This kind of shows 2 different versions of the same images. Some people enjoy a more realistic looking image with the leaves, with the blossoms. Some people like just the abstracted version where you just see the white and you just see the form. So this is kind of showing that there's different ways to look at the same sort of blossom.
This is the Premier Prize, which is Best in Show, and we give out a $1,000 award as well as the honor of being Best in Show. So we're excited to find out who's going to have that get that award.
We love being a part of the art show. The art show is such an important part of the Friends of the Library, which supports the library in Armonk and brings so many important programs to our community.
The library is an amazing and wonderful library, always improving itself, and it's just a treat to be able to make this kind of a tangible contribution to the library.
My name's Lou Michaels, and I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And what we have here is 3D mixed media. I use sculpture, clay, metal, and old photography to create a 3D mixed media presentation. These photographs are all from the 20s and the 30s. They're iconic photographs of New York City. And of course the one from Mount Rushmore.
My name is John Scanlon. I come from a small town in southwest Iowa called Glenwood, Iowa, just close to Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm a photographer. I shoot on multiple different cameras. My most current one is medium format digital. These shots were both taken in Italy. One on top was taken in Florence, one on the bottom in Bellagio on Lake Como, and been taking a lot of liking to the evening shots. You get the less harsh light and more solid colors.